Hey everybody, so for today's craft, we are going to make a craft for the biblical account of when Jesus heals the man who was born blind. And so for this craft, and this comes from the book of John chapter 9, this craft you're going to need 2 pieces of paper, a pencil, some crayons, markers, or colored pencils, and some tape, and a plastic drinking straw, or a craft stick or popsicle stick would also work fine. On this first piece of paper, we are going to draw a very simple drawing of a man's face. And you can, and for where his eyes go, we are going to make sort of like an opening in the drawing, and then you can give him, people back then when Jesus was living on earth generally had long hair and beards and mustaches and stuff, so you can do all that if you want. And I forgot that we do need a pair of scissors for this craft. Okay, so once you've got your basic shape of the man's face, you can color all this stuff in. What I'm going to do is show you how to make the opening where the transformation in his eyes is going to be. So I'm going to make a fold. I don't really want to make a crease so much, just a really loose fold, I guess, like that. And then cut along this rectangular shape. And what you're left with is this. So we have the man's face, and then we have I made it too big. And then we have the opening for his eyes. Now this is where the second sheet of paper is going to come in handy. So let's set the man's face aside, and we'll take our second sheet of paper, and we're going to make 3 little drawings on this piece of paper. The first drawing is going to be a picture of closed eyes. I'm going to do this just very simply by making these 2 little shapes, and then some eyelashes pointing downward. Again, you can color all this or go over it with a dark colored Sharpie to make it look really nice. That's your first little picture. The second picture that we need is kind of like, it's gonna look like 2 little blobs, because I always kind of make things too big. I'm gonna run out of room, you guys. 2 little blobs. Now these little blobs, these kind of shaped like clouds, I guess. Those are the mud. Those represent the mud that Jesus put over the man's eyes. He made some mud he spit in the ground on the dirt, which made some mud, and he used it almost like a salve or healing ointment or something to spread over the man's eyelids. Okay, I'm going to color it brown because it represents mud. Alright, I'm going to look for my black crayon and just kind of go over these eyes with the eyelashes so that you can see them better. Okay, so now I have my first 2 pictures, closed eyes and the mud. Alright, now for my third picture, I've kind of run out of room. So I'm gonna have to, I should have made this drawing a little smaller. I think I'm gonna extend my paper this way a little bit further using my tape. And you know what? You can always erase and start over again. That's the beauty of using a pencil. Now I have enough room for my third picture, which is going to be open eyes. Oops. Oh, sorry about that. So to draw open eyes, I'm going to make this shape. It's like an almond shape, I guess you call it. I'm going to draw his eyelashes open. I'm going to draw his eyes and a pupil. All right, so now I have open eyes. That's my third picture. I think I'm going to color his eyes brown. You can color them whatever color you want to color them. And then you can go over in everything with a Sharpie to make it just stand out more. Or a black crayon or whatever you have handy. Oops. Okay, so now I've got more paper than I need. I don't know why I always draw too big and I always write really big. Okay, I ran out of room, but I improvised. All right, now I am going to attach my drinking straw to the back of this. I really need to order some craft sticks because this seems to come up all the time that we do something like this. And I always use a drinking straw, but a craft stick would be nice. Okay, now, again, take some time and color in the man. I think I'm going to go ahead and do that because it's hard to see. At least outline, I'm at least going to outline it with my black crayon. And I can always come back and color later. I'm going to do all of his hair in brown. And then his beard is also going to be brown. And his mustache. Okay. Well, okay. Now you can see him at least. Okay, so here's the part where we have the transformation of Jesus turning healing the man who was born blind. In the first, let's see, make sure you guys can see this. At first, the man's eyes were closed, symbolizing his blindness. Then we move this with the straw. Then Jesus healed his eyes using some mud that he made, sort of like a healing ointment, I guess, out of the mud. And then we move again and we see that the man, his eyes are open and his sight has been restored. Jesus healed him and made it to where he could see again. That is our super awesome craft for today's biblical account from John chapter 9 of when Jesus heals the man born blind. I hope you enjoyed the video. If so, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel.